Okay. I'm curious too, I'll be honest. I made up that number, but it's probably not inaccurate. Let's see. So we're just going to start off with some sphere. We're just going to kind of start blocking out this main body here. And you're going to see me cheat a little bit. So because it's an illustration, I don't feel like super beholden to, or just move him back a bit. I don't feel super beholden to like the actual CAD-like accuracy that you might expect. One fun trick here, if I set my cursor, if I set the origin to where the cursor is, then I can make like a little hinge. That's easy. That's nice for animation's sake anyway, like you probably want that. Let's kind of block these in a bit. Auto smooth, let's make a new material. White plastic. Just kind of white and low roughness. You can also be white plastic. That's not bad. We'll come back to that in a second. Yeah, I'm going to cheat a little bit. So because this is an illustration, like I want to give you the ability to change colors and lighting and 3D and stuff. You can maybe even move the camera a little bit, get some parallax. But I'm looking at these pictures and like, so this is kind of a circle or like an oval, and these are kind of a cylinder. And I know we know that like in the background, those are real things. And the, you know, the topology of this object is one continuous surface for, you know, being a physical headphone. I don't feel super beholden to that, if we're being honest. And the truth is, if this is a client project anyway, like you would almost never be hand modeling stuff like this. It'd be kind of silly. Either the client would give you the model because they, you know, have it because they have the CAD, or, you know, in the case of like an Apple product, I would probably just find this on TurboSquid and download it. I wouldn't spend time making a thing that already exists. Other than the fun, you know, this is a cute. Let's start there maybe. You know, this is a cute little experiment, but yeah, I wouldn't generally. Where's my vert? Oh, these are inverted. I made this backwards. Okay. Let's see. How about that? Yeah, there we go. How do I want to... Let's see. I want to keep him here. I'm going to move these out, I guess. It's kind of weird working in like this, I'm going to call it like quasi 3D topology, because you have like some of this stuff is real, so to speak, in the three-dimensional sense. Some of this stuff I'm approximating 2D geometry, which is a little bit funny. I also don't really want to burn too much time on this. I guess we'll bevel this just to break up that edge. And probably this as well. Okay, you can be white plastic. You can be a new one called black plastic. We could add like a little mesh texture if we wanted. That'd be fun. Yeah, okay. Again, I know it looks wonky. From some angles, we might relax this a bit. Might relax this one, let's say. Doesn't matter. But it looks okay from here, which is kind of what matters, right? For our light and shadow. Let's see. Throw him up here. Just kind of take these, Oops. And yank them over here. Normal's inside. Sort of angle it like that, maybe. It'll be okay. It's a little bit goofy, and the Boolean, of course, makes jank of us all. Shout out to Hard Ops. If you don't have the Hard Ops plugin, it would clean up a lot of this stuff for me. But I'm just going to do this manually real quick. Yeah. And same thing here. You can be black. I haven't set my viewport to be black. Let's see. Boop. Okay. Not terrible. Again, like some of the surface stuff you can clean up, but we'll come back to that later. Okay. Oh, I should have kept my cylinder, I guess. I'll need it again. We'll just do it live. Like that. We don't need you. How do I want to cut this? Let's use the knife. That's a little bit funny. Whatever. Serrate that like that. Okay. So what's the deal? We want it there. We're going to put it in and maybe towards the camera. We're going to plunge it in, and then we're going to take this loop, and we're just going to pull it attached. We're just going to pull it up a bit, just so we can kind of maintain that curve a little bit. Plunge it back in. Whoops. Don't love that, but here we are. It's one of those things where, like, when you say that you can do something in a time period, you definitely can. What is the result? Is it something you can use? Is it something you're proud of? Is it something that's clean? Like, I wouldn't necessarily describe whatever's going on with this mismatched curve topology as, like, good or correct. I wouldn't. Like, that's kind of awful. You know, and we can massage these things and we can relax them, and that's nice, but, like, when you give somebody a layer to look at, I think the natural sort of eye line of things that you're going to see is going to be along that, right? You want it to be clean. So it's not ideal, but it's not terrible. Let's make him darker. He's black. And he can be origin cursor. We're going to mirror that. Across the other way. And we are going to apply the rotation. Whoa. Across the other way. Sort of like that. And we're going to make some cylinders. Same thing, we're just going to throw this like that. Maybe on this side a bit more. You want it to be roughly correct so the reflections and things kind of work out. But, you know, I'm not too precious with that. It'll look good probably either way. All right, and then these obviously get plunged into here, kind of maybe there. All right, oh, I need to bring them, whoops, forward a bit. Okay. I don't know when I started, but we're doing things. Let's make a little hinge, I guess. Like that kind of. And you can be silver. Like that, metallic. Some amount of shine. Maybe it's a little bit brighter. Again, we'll do lighting and stuff later. The other thing we should do is kind of, there's like a plate on the lid and some of this cutout stuff. So we're gonna copy him, cut it out of here. One trick, if you have this, is like, so this is white plastic and it's gonna be white, but if you want, we already have a black plastic. And so we could actually make the inside black and it'll just sort of give it that extra little crease, that little AO. And we can also take these and just kind of move them up a bit. I've probably made that off plane, haven't I? Tisk tisk. Some sins. Okay, we're gonna do this. Bring back my knife tool. Again, I'm just kind of making this up a bit. That seems fine. Take this plate. You can be silver. There's probably silver stuff down here. Hard to say. We could also give it a texture. That'd be pretty easy. Okay. What, we need like a little power light? Power light, and you can be an emission. That's right here. Oh, we need the little front lip thing. Here, let's just dial him back. And we'll do another UV sphere. There. Let's bring back our shape. All right. We're coming up on time. I'll call this kind of the last thing, maybe. Cut it out of here. Cut it out of there. And then we'll go back and open our lid. Oh, we should cut out the little back parts. Okay, one last thing, I swear. UV sphere. Throw you kind of here. Let's just look at these for a second. Oh, I need my reference, I guess. So I'll just hide these. So kind of has like a thing down here and there maybe. Just kind of figuring out kind of the shape of the blob. It doesn't have to be too perfect. Yeah, I don't know. Let's center it at least. I don't know if I would necessarily do it this way. But again, if this was a real thing, you would you out of here. I don't love that, but whatever. Okay, and then these go in here, and they sort of go down, right? Whoops. Let's go down. That's what AirPods do, right? It's not even visible in the case, so strictly speaking, for render reasons, I don't care about that necessarily. But, yeah, coming up on time. I don't think that's half bad. I mean, there's certainly differences, and certainly I would go back and change a lot of stuff, but if we change kind of our world orientation, maybe, kind of do like one of these, sort of match it up a bit. You can add some shine. But this is what I mean about like doing it in 3D. Is like I can do this in a way that Figma just can't. Like if I want different things, or maybe like I want a whole different scene. Like let's do, well, that's maybe a bad example, but you know, let's do something else. Let's do a purple or a pink or like any other lighting. You just have that freedom. Like it's just so nice. And like, what are we at? 16 minutes? Easy. So there you go.